Welcome to Profit Guru and welcome to the fourth video in our Wholesale Amazon bundling series. Now, if you missed the first three videos, I'm going to put a link right above so that it'll take you right to that playlist. Also, if you're not already a subscriber to our channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button so that you can learn all about how to sell on Amazon and other ways that you can make money online. So in this video, we are really going to talk about some deep research techniques. How can we validate the bundles that we're putting together? How do we know they're going to perform well? What does the competition look like? What will our profits look like? So let's start diving into the deep research. Let's use the same product that we were using in the last video. So we had our Hostess round cake pan. Now we want to make sure that there's not going to be an issue when we create our listing. The first thing that we want to do is make sure that Hostess is okay with us listing their brand. So if we opened up a wholesale account with them directly, then of course they're going to be okay with it. But if we're buying from a wholesale distributor that's distributing Hostess products, I want to make sure that I can sell Hostess brand in my Amazon account, because all sellers can sell different things. Just because somebody else can sell that brand doesn't mean that Amazon's going to allow me to sell it. So the first thing you want to do is come to your Amazon Seller Central. You're going to go to catalog and then add a product. Right here, you're going to search in Hostess. So we're going to select one of these Hostess products. We don't have it to sell, but we just want to request permission with Amazon to sell the brand. So we see some Hostess products right here. I'm going to select new and then sell this product. I know that I'm ungated in it. I can sell Hostess brand. If this didn't come up and it said you need to request approval, you need to submit an invoice, then you know that you are not able to sell that brand. So that's the first thing to do, because you don't want to develop this bundle and put all this research into it and order your products, create your listing, and then come to find out that there is an issue. You're getting a 5665 error code and you're not able to sell the brand. So always ensure you can sell the brand before you start going any further into your research. So now the next thing we want to do is we want to do some keyword research. So the research that we're doing right now to put our bundle together is kind of similar to what you would do with private label, but we're not manufacturing our own product. We're taking brands that already exist. So what I'm going to do is come here and enter keywords that people are going to search when they're looking for our bundle. So the main feature of it is a round cake pan. So now I'm going to come down and I want to see how many people are searching for this on Amazon each month. And right here I can see over 2,000 people are searching for a round cake pan each month. And then down here, these keywords could also give us some more ideas. A silicone mold. So maybe we want to put some type of silicone mold with our round cake pan, because I can see the search volume for that is 76,000. 76,000 people per month are searching for silicone molds. So keyword research is definitely very powerful, because just finding round cake pans and then thinking of items we can put it together with sounds like a great idea, but maybe people aren't actually searching for those items. So doing keyword research is definitely needed before you create your own listing. Maybe even through looking at these, I decide to not go with the round cake pan. Maybe I want to do some type of silicone mold instead. So this is going to validate for me if this product is getting searches. Now we thought about putting it with a cake liner. So let's see how many people are searching for that. Cake pan liner. So this has a search volume of only 32. Only 32 people are searching for these specific terms, cake pan liner. But let's see some of the phrases that are associated with it. Let's go here and filter the search volume highest to lowest. So we can see cupcake liners, air fryer, disposable paper liners. So none of those really go with our round cake pan. So this right here would be like the first major step in your product to make sure that people are searching for those items that you put into your bundle. So keyword research is number one. Now, number two, we're going to want to check out our competition. So let's go to Amazon and round cake pan. So here's what our overall competition is going to be when somebody searches for a round cake pan, which we know over 2,000 people are searching for this specific term each month. There are 830 results that are going to pop up when somebody types in round cake pan. We're going to come down to the bottom and we can see that there are 7 pages. We want ours to come up on page 1, because how many people click all the way through when they're shopping, page 1, page 2, page 3, and go all the way to page 7. So if our listing falls on page 7, that is not good for us. We want to ensure that we are going to go on page 1. So that's when we're going to look at specific things that our competitors are doing. What do their listings look like? How many reviews do they have? Now I can go on a little further. I want my round cake pans with even bake liners. That's what we thought about bundling them with. There are 607 results that have those key terms. So again, 7 pages of competition. What can we do to make ourselves stand out? Well, the first thing that we thought of was putting those recipe cards with it. That's going to increase value. If somebody's looking for some good recipes, they're going to get 5 recipes with our bundle. I'm not seeing that happening here. This one is super close to ours. So we can see the liners there, and ours would just be 1 cake pan we were initially thinking. But I can see that this has 5 stars and 85 reviews. So this seems like the closest to our direct competition for our bundle. So now let's go in and do a little bit more competitor research. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at the listing health score. This goes up to a 10. This bases off of things like your product photographs, your images here. They have a video. So these people are brand approved, which is something we're going to talk about coming up in this series, how to get that brand approval so that you too can have a video, because videos sell. People want to see the objects in action because they can't hold them and touch them in their hand. So to be able to see other people do it is definitely going to make them want to buy the product more than not having a video at all. So bullet points, that's something else that's important on the listing and determines your listing quality score. We want to make our listing just as good, if not better than this one, because we want the customers to click and buy ours, not this one. So we're going to really look at this when we talk about creating the listing coming up in this series. But for now, what I'm thinking about is, do I want to put something else with it? I can come back down here and keep looking at the frequently bought together. Just because we initially thought to put these cake liners with it doesn't mean that we have to. If we see something else that we think can put more value to the customer, we'd go with that instead. I'm also going to come down here to the reviews. All of this stuff right here, this is A+ content that you can only get when you are brand approved with Amazon. But it definitely makes the listing look nicer. So we're going to have to compete against that. We're going to need to get brand approval. So now I want to come down here and I want to see, what are people saying about this product? Because if there's areas that people are saying they don't like about it, then I'm going to take that into consideration when I'm creating my listing and try to solve that problem. So this is for the Wilton brand, not the Hostess. So reviews like this, we can't really take into account right now. It says I haven't baked with them yet, but they appear to be very good quality. So people like the quality of this Wilton brand. So that could be an idea for us. Maybe instead of working with Hostess, maybe we want to work with Wilton. We could research them out. If people are saying they like them and they're good quality, maybe we want to go with that brand instead. We don't know. That's what this research is about. It's not about what we think is going to be a good seller. It's about figuring out, what are the customers buying? What do the customers like? We are catering this to sell. So what do the people who are buying it, what do they think? Because that's what's important. So right here, this one only has 3 reviews, and it says that the bake even strips only fit in 8-inch to 10-ounce pans, not the 6-inch to the 12-inch. So there's something to keep in mind. If we do decide to put those strips with it, we want to make sure we're getting the right size that fits our pan. So looking at past reviews is a really powerful step in the research process to see what customers like, see what they don't like, and then we know where we can improve and make our listing better than the competition. Now, the next piece of research that I'm going to do is come right back to the generic place where it has all 607 listings for round cake pan with the even bake liners. And I'm still going to use the helium-10 right now and run an X-ray report. So I can't see the search volume, how many times somebody is searching for this specific phrase, but I can see right here that this specific phrase is bringing in revenue totaling $638,624 per month. The average price that these are selling for is $16. That's not bad, right? We don't want to go below 12, 15, 12 would be the very bare minimum because we want to make money in the end. And the average reviews are 3,000, BSR 41,000. So that has a really good selling rank in its category. So I know that this product is pretty popular. Now down here, I want to see if there's one specific seller that's taking all of the sales. So I'm not going to look at the sponsored ones. I'm just going to come down a little further. And I want to see, what are the ones that people are buying. So I'm going to take the revenue, and I want to see which one is bringing in the most revenue. So right here's the sponsored one. We won't look at that. So the highest one is Wilton. Wilton is bringing in, for just this aluminum cake pan, $13,000 in sales and revenue of $83,000. Now this is per month. They're selling that pan for $6. So Wilton is seeming like a really popular brand for these cake pans, and that might be something I want to go and research now. Will Wilton open up a wholesale account with me directly, or is there a distributor I could get them from? Because they seem to be dominating in this niche. So now I'm going to do that same X-ray search, but on the specific listing. So we're thinking about putting a bundle together very similar to this. So I want to see what does the performance look like for this product alone. So we'll come up and hit X-ray. So right here, I can tell that this is bringing in one sale per month, revenue of $58, and the BSR for this right here is only $380,000. That is definitely not as powerful as the other BSR when we just searched for our round cake pans. That might tell me that maybe I don't want to bundle it with these liners because they're not selling too great. Or maybe it's because there's a lot of cake pans here. So now I would want to do some research and figure out which size cake pan should I sell? Which size is the best one? I'm just going to put in round cake pan. I'm going to take the key term, the liners out, and let's run an X-ray for just round cake pan. So 2,041 people are searching for round cake pan per month. It's bringing in total revenue $828,411, BSR of $23,000. So this is not a bad product, but I need to figure out which size do I go with and what should I put it with? So I want to see the ones that are getting the most sales per month. I want to find one that has something else with it. So right here, I can see that the 9-inch are selling well. That is having, for two of these, 9-inch, 721 sales per month. So that tells me 9-inch should be on my radar. Here's one for an 8-inch. They're selling 1,366 per month. So that's telling me that 8 and 9-inch, those are ones to definitely go for. But then next, that's what I would start doing further. I would type in specifically 8-inch round cake pan and see the search volume. Then I would do it with 6-inch and 9-inch and see which one is getting more searches and more sales per month. A lot of these are being sold with parchment paper liners. So maybe I want to do that. Do it with the parchment paper liners instead. So you can see that there's a lot of research that needs to be done because our initial bundle that we were trying to put together, once we started really researching it, there were a lot of shifts that we wanted to make and a lot of unanswered questions still. We weren't sure which brand to go with. We weren't sure which size cake pan. We weren't even really sure if we wanted those even bake liners with it or a different type of liner. So this research portion, this takes a lot of time to do, but it's a super important step. You want to make sure the bundle you're putting together has high demand, that people are actually going to be buying it, so that it wasn't like the listing that we initially looked at where they were only getting one sale a month. That would be awful. We don't want that to happen to us in our listing. So this keyword research and running these X-rays and finding out the total volume of searches people are running for it and how much revenue they're bringing in, this is important to figuring out exactly which components we are going to put together. Now, next, once you've figured out and you've done all that research, which is probably going to take you days to do, to really hone in on what the best products are, then I like to validate it to make sure that customers are going to want the product even further. So something that I do is I poll people. So let me show you what that looks like. You can come here to pickfu.com to start a poll. And what this is going to do is make you stop guessing what your customers want, get same-day insights from your target market without blowing your marketing budget. So once you have some ideas, then you can come here to run a poll. You can even narrow it into the specific people you want it to be targeting. So you can pinpoint it. Maybe you're pinpointing it based on gender, based on socioeconomic status, any of these things that you think might be important in knowing to have your target audience that you want, you can filter that. Or you can just do a broad poll and just say, anybody, I want data from anybody that's answering this question. So something that you might want to do is you can run a poll and say, when you're baking a cake, which size do you use? 6-inch, 8-inch, 9-inch. And then you can collect data from random people who you don't know, have no vested interest in you. So you know it's going to be real consumer opinions. So this is a great place to go. Then you could even run another poll and say, what do you purchase with a round cake pan? And see what people are saying. See the feedback they're giving you directly. This is a great place to go. You can also, after you've made your listing and thought of your idea, put that idea up there next to your competitor's listing and ask, which of these would you buy? Would you buy this bundle or this bundle? And you can get insight from what people would choose. It's really powerful to do. But I will tell you that this is not free to do. It does cost money, but it does give you a lot of insight and tells you if your decision is validated or not. Somewhere else you can go is social media. You can go on social media, your Instagrams, your TikToks, your Facebooks, and you can run polls there. So all in all, this is the research that I do when I'm finally pinpointing which products I want to put together. I want to be looking at my competitors, reading reviews, running x-rays, seeing what the search volume is, seeing what the revenue is, seeing what the BSR is. All of these things are super important and is research that needs to be done before you just randomly put things together. All right, guys, now that you know exactly the research on what you need to do to feel confident that your bundle is one that is going to sell and be successful, now it's time for our customized logo and our packaging. In order to be able to list these under your own brand, you're going to have a logo and custom packaging. So in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I'll see you then.